Hello and good morning. I'd like to welcome everyone here to our Total Mobile Media webinar. Should be a really great webinar here this morning. I'd like to thank everyone here. This is a continuation webinar that we have from yesterday. Again, it should be really informational from our side, and again, I really want to thank everyone for being on the call today. I want to start off by going through again some updates from yesterday. Again, we have some real exciting updates from our side, as well as we want to continue with the Q&A and really just go into some other additional questions, and then we're going to go ahead and end the webinar. So today we're real excited. I wanted to let you know that we had just recently posted some individual links in the overall room that we've got on yesterday's webinar. We had posted some, we had a question that had came up during the Q&A session concerning whether or not there were some individual links for individual movie theaters. And for the individual movie theaters on our side, there were some questions as to whether or not we actually had some live applications for individual movie theaters. Something's wrong with the audio. Here, let me try the audio again here. Just a second here, guys. Okay, the audio is good now? Okay, good. Okay, thanks, Chris. Okay, so in looking at the updates and the things from yesterday, I wanted to let you know that we had posted in the Facebook group, we had posted the updates on a couple examples of applications that our team had built actually in movie theaters. So if you, by chance, if you had not seen those individual links, they were posted there this morning from their side that they've got. And so again, we're just really excited if you do or are looking for a specific industry and we've not posted up a specific company in that industry and you're trying to basically find an example. We'll try to do our best to try to find an example. Again, there's been a lot of different companies that our team has built applications for. Again, so there's just so many of them that they've got. From our side. Again, we'll just try to do our best to try to dig into to try to find one specifically in that vertical if you should have a specific question that you should need. What I'm showing you on my screen here right now is actually an update from this particular form that I showed you yesterday, and I've been working here on this form actually here this morning with the programmers, and I basically wanted to show you the action of this form and where we're at with this form here today, which I was pretty excited about with. This is actually the form that's going to be attached to the individual broker's site that we have, or the reseller site that's basically going to come in from the reseller side to allow resellers to come into the overall system and sign up other resellers to resell the social media product as well as selling the mobile product. So if you come in here as an example, I'm just going to enter in just any old data here that I've got as an example here, and take you through here an example on the screen here of an e-notice. Take you through an example here, enter in some sample data here. On the screen here. And you see here that yesterday during the individual issues, what the programmers were working on yesterday was basically eliminating this individual sign-up process, because as I had mentioned previously, the sign-up process had talked about the ability to remove the charging of resellers coming through this overall gateway here, allowing them to basically sell the overall product. So now what's going to basically allow you to do is physically sign up a customer, and the difference between a customer and a reseller, it will basically toggle the information that you have up on top here and allow you to where some of the information on top is not mandatory. So if I, as an example, click on customer, it's not going to require me to have certain information up on top to be mandatory. So like I'm not going to have to type in the social security number up on top. That's not going to be mandatory from my side, and I'm not going to have to type that in and it will allow me to go to the next screen as an example if I'm going to sign up a customer. And then down below here, this is giving an example of one of the URLs, but you have to remember that we have many different URLs that come with our system. But this is giving you an example of the naming sequence, and when you choose for the multiple replicated websites here, you choose any given name that you've got right here. That would be the overall name that you would choose for your website, and then a person could basically change that overall name later at any given point. And then you basically can look through the terms and conditions that you have, and then you can basically submit it. Birth date is blank. The reason why you need the birth date is for the payment card system, because when we basically pay the payment card system, we have to have a birth date in order to toggle and utilize that. And now we hit submit. And now we basically have basically the overall sign up form, and you're able to basically come through. So what we're doing now that we have from our side, this overall action, which was not working yesterday, this overall site that we've got from our side, we're making sure that on the back end that we have, that all the rest of the overall connectivity and everything is working fine, which right now all the testing this morning is looking absolutely fantastic. So it's looking absolutely wonderful today for replicated sites and everything today from our end. So I just again wanted to update everyone and tell them, progress on the overall site sign up process is looking absolutely fantastic. I mean, programmers have been making some really good movement and have been spending again a lot of time on our specific project, getting a lot of the things done. So we're really excited. We also have Tony here on the line. I know that Tony does have to drop off. I'm going to also take some additional Q&A questions that I've got concerning other things that we've got and jump back to this individual form and some other things. But I wanted to hop over to Tony that I've got from his side, and I wanted to take individual Q&A questions that anybody might have concerning the mobile app or individual processes or things specifically for Tony that he's got on his side. If anybody should happen to have any individual questions that they've got from his side, or maybe if Troy has a specific question maybe that he's been getting from the group that he's got from his side, maybe Troy's been getting a specific group of questions that he's been getting in their individual room that he might have for Tony, he might be able to field to him. But Tony has a few minutes left here that he's got, and I wanted to basically throw some questions at him. So if somebody basically wanted to ask him a question, you can either type in that you basically want to be unmuted, or you can basically just put that into the chat box at this point.
Hey Ted, good morning. This is Tony. How's everything? Everyone can hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you great.
Good. It's a beautiful day. It's a fabulous Friday. And I just got to say, wow, what you and your staff has put together for your sales team, your brokers, is pretty much turnkey. They don't have to worry about how do I do this or how do I structure that. They basically just need to get the customers that are out there that could use this infrastructure, use this technology with social media and mobile media, which is pretty much everybody, one way or the other. And the new pricing structure you have with the options is going to make it very, very easy. People just need to get out there and make some mistakes. That's the way I always look at it. Make mistakes meaning you're trying. If you don't make any mistakes, that means you're not trying at all. So I know when I first started to learn about mobile and different technology and this and that, I was making a lot of mistakes. That's because I was trying. It means I was making an effort. And I was getting, people not understanding it. So the more I showed them, the more I demonstrated, the more I educated them, the more they got it. And here we are today, and it's still growing every single minute. I went to Best Buy the other day, and I think I got out of there in about 2.5 hours because there's so much to see. There's so much new cool stuff. Everybody's talking, and then when I show people apps and when I educate them what I do, they're all, wow, really? Wow, you built that? Oh, man, that's cool. Boy, I know a lot of businesses would probably want that. So, yeah, I have the tools with me. I carry one of those Samsung phones and a tablet, and I'll have my laptop if I need it too, to show people. So tools are important. I'm sure we know that. So is there any questions right now for me from your team?
Troy, have you been getting any questions in the group?
The questions that I've gotten, Ted, were mostly centered around just the finalization of the replicated sites, which you've covered here this morning. They're really excited to have all three, replicated sites up and going. And so other than that, I think you had covered yesterday, about what was happening over the next 24 hours, which we're up to now, which you've demonstrated on the screen here. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's fabulous. Well, if I can just reiterate a couple things, Ted. I know there's people out there, they probably have some questions. They're just getting fired up on a Friday.
Yeah, please, if you could, that'd be great.
Yeah, just, it's and I could talk for hours about this vertical and what mobile can do for businesses, but I've said this, before, to keep it simple. Everybody has what they call, I call it follow your dollar. What that means is, think of the places right now that you and your family are spending money. Follow where your dollars are going. Look at your checkbook. Go online and look at your bank statement online and look at all the different brick and mortar companies that you're spending money. Whether it's a restaurant, a hair salon, an insurance agency, a car dealership, a workout club, okay, a daycare center. Think about it. Think about the places that you're following your dollar. And say to yourself, I'm spending money with those people. They're earning money off of me. I am a customer of them. I have a relationship with them. I should be able to walk in the door with a demo app or something of value to say, here's your app, or I've got a great idea about making your business better. They probably know that you're already in the social media arena. And when you walk in and you can say, here's an app, and they look at it with their logo and or their picture, which a lot of people have a big ego, and you show them something that's their logo and or their picture, and you look and they see it for the first time, they're going to say, wow, how'd you do that? Wow, that's cool. And you just simply say, listen, I've been spending money with you for 8 years, 9 years, 14 years, 3 years, whatever it is. I am going to not expect you to buy from me, but I'm going to encourage you, and I'm going to expect you to at least listen to me, because I'm a customer of yours. I would like you to be reciprocating a customer of mine. And that's, some people call that low-lying fruit, which is fruit that's very easy to pick because you can just walk up and pick it, versus having to get on a ladder, which is more of a challenge. So the point I'm trying to make is, think about the people that you have a relationship with. Go to their website. If it doesn't say on their homepage that they have an app, because if it does, it's going to say you can download our app. It'll say the Google, it'll have the Google Play Store logo, and it'll have the Apple logo. If it doesn't say that, and if you want to double check and you want to go into those stores and do a search, because those are search engines, which is very powerful if you use that tool, go in and look up daycare in your city, or go in and look at car dealership, or whatever that, let's say it's GMC car dealership in your city, or go in and look at insurance agency in your city and see if there's any apps that they have and or their competition has, and use that to your advantage. Because I've said it before on the conference calls and the webinars, use the word surpass. So when you're talking to Jerry, who owns the business, or Linda, who owns the business, and say, Linda, I'm not asking you to I'm not saying you're going to buy this. I'm saying that you need to take a look at this because your competition's doing it. And I'm not saying that I want you to keep up with your competition. I want you to surpass your competition. So the least they can do is look. And then it's your job as a sales representative to give them value with this package that Ted and the team has put together. Give them value, so they're going to say to themselves, they're crazy if they don't do it. And everything they do is a tax-deductible expense. And every monthly fee is a tax-deductible expense. So let's use, Ted, now you've got the figure there of 77 a month, right?
Correct.
Which is about a dollar, what is that? $1.20 something a day, whatever it is. Think about this. For $1.20 a day, roughly, they can not only monitor every single app download, but they can send a push notification, a targeted audience, any day of the week that they want to, and there's no limit. So if it's a church, or if it's a pizzeria, or a real nice restaurant, and they've got 700 or 7,000 downloads of the app, at any time they can go onto their computer or their tablet, type in a real quick push notification. They've got 225 characters, hit a button, and in 20 to 30 seconds, everybody that has that app downloaded will get a message pop up and say, you've got an incoming message from XYZ company. And 90-something% of the people are going to read that right away. Think about this. When's the last time you did not, again, the last time you did not look at a text message? Think about that. I can't remember when I didn't. Now, I might be in the shower, or I might be driving, and it might be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, but it's not going to be 4 days from now like an email would be. So the value of the push notification and the value of the analytics, which is the target market trackability, is enormous for the little and middle-sized business today. Enormous. So they can keep up and or surpass their competition by using mobile and using social media. It's just so valuable. And if they get caught up in the money, then you can explain to them, listen, George or Linda, when did you built your website in what, 2005, you told me? Yeah, that was 8 years ago. Well, you remember what you spent? Oh yeah, I spent, $3,800. All you did. And you spent money since then, right? Oh yeah, and you spent money hosting it, right? Yeah. Well, your website is not a bad product. I'm looking at it right now. It's great. You got a shopping cart, you've got this, you've got that. But it's basically a business brochure. It's good, and that's why we're doing these products with you. But the mobile app is going to take it to the next huge level, because the mobile app can be viral. Remember that Tell a Friend feature, which I think is one of the best features, personally, on a mobile app. Tell a Friend. You hit the button. You've got the app code and the information right there. You can send it to everybody in your phone book on your cell phone, or you can send it to 20 or 50. No different than if you forwarded somebody a joke or an important message or a family in something. You forward people all the time text messages. The Tell a Friend can make the app go viral very, very quickly. So again, value, simplicity. We're going to put you above and beyond and surpass your competition. And if you understand what I talked about earlier, Ted, then I'll get back to you, which is the search engine that's within the Apple Store is so valuable. The search engine that's in the Google Store is so valuable. All you need to do is go into those stores on your phone or your tablet and search your city with that keyword or different keywords, and see if there's anybody right now that has an app like this. If they don't, remind your business owner friend, your person that you're following your dollar or your low-lying fruit, remind them that they can be the first. So when people are going into the search engines of Google and they're typing in from their mobile device, which has happened by the hundreds of millions per day, and they're typing in the keyword of daycare or the keyword of disability insurance or the keyword of liquor store or whatever it is, they're going to come up. And when they come up, an app that you built for them is going to be first. And there's a very high probability of them getting an enormous amount of business from that, Ted. And I think that should be one of the biggest focuses that your team does in the beginning, so they get an understanding of where their friends and their clientele can be ahead of everybody else. So again, I can talk for hours about all this stuff. It's fabulous. If there's any questions, I'm on remote right now, And I'd love to take any calls that you might have. Back to you, Ted.
Yeah, I agree, Tony. And again, Tony, in being in this industry for as long as he has, and being involved in not only running the overall teams that have done the development, but has talked to merchants, has closed the overall deals, has been involved with this, and now being on our team and really helping all the individual resellers also close their deals. That's what really Tony's involvement with us here is, that he wants every single reseller to basically help them close sales. And so to be able to utilize his experience to be able to get on either three-way calls or webinars, or to be able to supply, like yesterday when the person said, hey, do we have an example of a theater application? And he spent time out of his day yesterday to try to research and to try to go into the archives to try to pull out a theater company, which he did. And so he's really trying, as part of our team here, to try to really help all of our resellers to make sure that, you know, we have good sales aids and good companies to basically have as good examples for people to be able to go into the industry with. So it's really, 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 really great to be able to, and Stacy says thank you for that she's got for that too. So I know that everyone's really, really appreciative. They said thank you in the notes. So again, and we're going to basically see as we get through this stage here, which is basically a technical stage of talking about shopping carts and talking about the automation of the system. And pretty soon we won't be talking about any of these technical portions anymore as far as these overall websites. All we're going to be talking about is different types of sales techniques and different types of things on the overall websites, and having different Q&As. That's what most of the conversations and things from our side are going to basically migrate or push into, that we have from our end, or specialty calls that we're going to have for individual merchants or things of that sort. So again, we're just really excited to be able to update people on these calls, but we're going to be also transitioning these calls to a different type of call, because the call today, we've talked about the websites and stuff that we've got, but we're just not going to be having these types of calls very much longer from our side, because they'll be having pure sales calls and things that we've got from our end. The video repository will be completely up from our side, and so you're going to basically have a 24 video repository and say, here it is, and then these calls will be if you have any additional questions other than what you've reviewed. So should be really, really good. We're going to be really gearing up into this mode of sales, and really getting into that. And then again, really supporting, which we do really well, is also supporting your customers or that merchant. So being able to really go in and supply, as Tony had mentioned, making the sales and then supplying, because we're actually working on apps now, because there's actually been some sales of these overall apps, from the overall group. So we're actually working on those overall applications now. So we're just really excited to be able to push this forward. I know that you've got to hop off, Tony, from your side, so I don't see any other questions coming in. So I appreciate you carving out some part of your morning to be with us.
Oh, absolutely. I this is what we do. I will add one more thing here at the end. I know what you just said, you're going to have maybe less webinars, and of course these are recorded. Think about in your community, everybody, the people that are already in the mobile arena of they're already in the web design arena. Maybe they're a graphics designer, maybe they build websites, and some of these people are looking for somebody to do their mobile applications. For example, they might build websites, and they might have 60 or 70 clients, decent clients, but they don't have anyone to build their mobile apps, and they're looking. I've run across these people at trade shows. I've run across them at networking events, Chamber of Commerce events, or just right in the regular phone book or the Google or the Yelp, whatever. The point is, they're out there, and if you educate them and say that this is what I'm doing, and I can be your mobile app provider above and beyond everything else you're doing, they now can be a reseller under your network. And I know you're getting paid overrides for that, and that would be a nice little thing to do. It doesn't have to be right in your town. It could be within 2 hours drive of you. So this way, if you ever need to meet, you both drive an hour and meet halfway, people are people. They'll drive. If there's money involved and there's technology and they get excited and they have a passion, which they do, you've got something big, put it on Craigslist. Let people know what you're doing. And again, it doesn't have to be a big town. It could be, close. So anyway, that's my thoughts on that, Ted. What do you think?
No, I think that sounds really, really, really great, Tony. Sounds really, really, really awesome. I agree. And again, we should have a really, really great schedule of individual calls. I know that with the social media calls and the mobile calls, I mean, this week we've had 3 social media calls and 2 mobile calls from our side. And we're still going to have a lot of calls. They're just going to be changed to different types of calls that we have. So being able to support the different types of calls that we have, and then again, the way the schedule and the repository is going to be laid out, it's just going to be a lot easier for everyone to be able to follow and to be able to go through. Then as new resellers and brokers come on, the methodology from their training and them being able to come on, it's going to be much easier for them to understand and to be able to go through and to be able to walk through the process. So again, just as a company, we're very, very, very excited to move. And so next week is going to be a very, very, very busy, exciting week for us and for everybody. So again, thanks, Tony, from your side, and I appreciate you being on the line with us. We're going to go ahead and stay in the line. You can either hang out, Tony, from your side, but we're going to continue to talk about some of the web stuff a little bit and take any of the other additional questions. So you're more than happy to hang out or leave. So again, thanks for all your help. Continuing on, I talked yesterday that we've got from our side, and I want to basically tell you from the programming side what is next, and wanted to touch on what the next programming item was. Besides getting, since this particular site here and testing this morning, as soon as I get off the phone here, we're going to be finishing the rest of the back-end testing when this form is basically submitted to the back-end database, making sure that everything is finished on the back end. When everything looks good from that side, which will be here this morning, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be pushing up today all of the replicated sites connected to this individual page, pushing everything forward. But at the same time, we're going to be having Prodigix work on taking the individual shopping cart items from this page here. If I go to totalsocialmedia.com/SC, which stands for shopping cart, taking these items from the overall shopping cart and putting them in a drop down that is very similar to your buy page on Total Mobile Media. So if I go to Total Mobile Media and I go to this shopping cart page here, the programmers are going to be working on a page that's exactly like this, that's accessible from your back office, that has these packages eliminated with a drop-down box that has these fallback options. So today, you can basically come in and you can sign up a customer on this website for free if you wanted to, that you've got. You can get somebody into the system and they could buy somebody right now, because this SC, the shopping cart website, is actually hot right now. You could actually sign somebody up for a discounted rate, and you could actually sell a package today if you wanted to, that you've got at a discounted rate at 50% down. So if somebody wanted to buy a package for $14.97 that they've got for full payment, you could actually sell this right now that you've got from your site. Or if they wanted to sell it $19.95, $19.97 with the 50% down, you can basically sell that package or any of the other packages that you have. But
and
this,
Ted, so in doing that today, just to be clear, what you just covered was there's going to be a drop-down box in the broker back office, which isn't there now, but it will be there.
well, it's not. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that this page is going to be there today. I'm saying that's the priority that they're working on now. And so I'm going to update.
Right.
I'm just giving the priority of the laying out what the programmers are working on next. Is that we're getting all of the rest of the replicated sites, but the next priority beyond the replicated sites and getting that is converting these individual SKUs and this to an easier to use mechanism from the back office to do discounting when I'm walking into a merchant. Because right now the process is I sign a merchant up for free through my replicated site, and then I go to their page, and then they have to buy from this page. And it isn't that it's that hard. It's just it would be much easier if it was on one page, like right here, where I just go and put all the information on one page. What is their name? What is their address? What is all their information? And I put their package, and then I go to the next screen going to their credit card information, and I fill out all their information for their credit card, and I'm done, all on one swoop. That's the easiest way to do it that I've got, but I need that hidden and accessible from the back office, from our side. And so that's the priority of what they're going to be working on next.
And do you, without pressure, Ted, do you have a better feeling for their schedules and their time frames at this point?
They said they're going to work on it. I mean, they were able to finish up the shopping. They've been finishing up our projects that we have from our side every 2 to 3 days is what they've been taking for each one of our individual projects. So if they spend the rest of today, because the people that are helping with the rest of the front end, testing the rest of the back end, are the different people that are coding the rest of this project here. So if they get some time to work on it today, they don't work on the weekends unless it's an emergency from their side. And if they work on Monday, they might or possibly be able to have it finished by Monday/Tuesday if I had to take a guess. And they're going to work it in with their projects. And again, that would only be speculation from my side, but the projects have been coming in every 2 to 3 days that we hand off to them.
And they need to finish this first before the broker. Dan had a question the other day in the group and was asking about the broker replicated site, but that has to come after this process here. Just to clarify.
No, this doesn't. The broker replicated site has nothing to do with this process here I'm talking about.
Okay.
So to make it really clear, this process that I showed you here today through this form that I filled out for you today, and I showed you that it worked, is not preventing. All we have is we're testing the people going into the database, and that will be finished. Here this morning, I believe we'll be able to finish. I can get off the phone here, and on this conference call, we can finish the testing this morning, push the replicated sites between this afternoon and this evening, get all the replicated sites up and get them going. All the replicated sites and get them done. Okay?
So the answer for the broker replicated site is it potentially could be today then.
It is going to be today. I'm going to do everything for the replicated websites that's today. That has nothing to do with doing additional work for other options in your back office with another shopping cart. This is a whole nother project.
Okay, great. I just wanted to make that clarification, and I'm excited about that, and just wanted to make that distinction because that's come up in the group. So really happy about that.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's clear for people. I'm trying to lay out project by project, that I'm trying to be transparent versus trying to confuse everyone. And instead of just saying, well, we're just going to have it and then it's coming out, and just trying to be very transparent with everyone, just trying to say this is what we're working on next. Because if you're planning on going in and sitting down with a customer and trying to make a sale, you can physically go in and make a sale physically right now if you wanted to. You could physically go to the specific page, could sign up a customer for free, could go in and do the overall package. But this process here from which you go to this SC shopping cart, I want to basically make easier, as I talked about yesterday. I want to basically make a single page sign up versus having to go to sign up the customer here and then go to another shopping cart to have them do a discounted item. I want to make in one page. And so I'm doing a separate side project that is a single shopping cart that is just like what you do when a customer signs up from your replicated site from the Total Mobile Media site. You see these packages here? When someone goes to your Total Mobile Media site and they buy this package, this is live right now. They can go to this site and they can buy full bore this package right now. And this site's live. So what they're going to do is they're going to take all this code and everything that they've already done. They're going to take all this code and they're going to copy it over to a new shopping cart. And they're just going to basically take out these items here, these 1, 2, 3 packages. They're going to put a pick box here, which is basically a box that you're able to choose. And then they're going to load all the SKUs for all the different options for all these discounted items. And they're going to allow you to basically choose those. So it basically picks one of those. And then it will allow you to continue through and process the credit card. Does that make sense, Troy?
Yes, that does. That's totally awesome. Totally awesome. So I can see that you're right on with the programmers right on the last step here to almost total automation.
Well, and see the thing is, and I've heard you say it before, Troy, your side, that this process is never going to stop, and it's not going to stop. I mean, once we get all the rest of the sites and the rest of the stuff up, I mean, we're going to continue to enhance and enhance and enhance and enhance the processes and what we're doing and the overall fields and the things that we've got from our side that we've got. We're going to continue to push and put things that we've got, like when you go to the Total Mobile Media site as an example. If I go to Total Mobile Media, if I go to this page, what I want to basically do is when you go to this page here and I go to the bar page here as an example, when I go to this bar page, I want to see as a bar or a restaurant, I want to see more than these bullet points that are right here for a bar. I want to have a fully integrated viewer and some examples of some codes for some restaurants, and then a downloadable PDF, and then maybe a video explaining the value proposition for a bar or a value proposition for a restaurant as an example. So that as a restaurant, I don't come in here and I get some tidbits as to the value proposition for me. So as a salesperson, if I'm going to be pitching or concentrating on restaurants, I don't have to go here. I mean, I don't think the website is bad. I think it's really, really, really good in a lot of cases that we've got. But if I come here that I've got, and then I come, back over here to another area that I've got for realtors that I've got, but if I have to keep hunting and I have to keep going to other areas to get different pieces of information, what I want to do is I want to basically take this technology from this viewer here and take a couple of these codes that are right here that we've got and take these and separate these on the specific page that we've got and put them on the specific page. So when you come to the individual page, you're able to get all the information for that. So if you imagine this picture, imagine the screen being moved down almost twice the size that it is with a viewer down below it, and then the app codes, and then a downloadable PDF, and then maybe another movie down below it. And so it really polishes off everything that a restaurant should need. They should be able to go to one page for a restaurant and get everything they need to know about the app, an example of the app, a downloadable flyer about the application, and everything they need about the app. So we're just going to continue to enhance all of the individual pages, all of the site. Now that shouldn't mean that from a sales process, any of the salespeople should go into rigor mortis or not want to be able to sell, because there's always going to be something new that's coming out. But it's just, again, lots of really, really, really good things coming up.
No, that's awesome, Ted. And as long as you and I both have been in the digital world, we both know it's never going to be done. It's a constant journey. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, and Stacy talked about that we have here. Could you make sure the preview app viewer is iPad friendly? The current one is in Flash, and it'd be nice to have it in a cross-platform friendly format. Yes, Stacy, we can look into that from our side, and we can look at that more once we get the rest of these other things up. Let me take a look at that and see what might be more friendlier physically on that particular page. What might be better for you to do is actually download, instead of going to the website, is on your iPad actually download the application Preview Your App on the iPad, because on the iPad, instead of going to the page and using the preview app portion here, you can actually download the physical app. So Stacy, are you actually downloading the app from the Apple Store by chance?
Ted, I discussed that with Stacy yesterday, and I know that when she was on an appointment, she did have some difficulties with that. But I also suggested that there's another browser for the iPad, which is called Skyfire, which does handle Flash. But she was able to actually use the preview app on her iPhone, so that worked out fine. But yeah, there's many suggestions and workararounds.
Yeah, but are you using the app, or should be using a browser if you're using the app? I mean, if you're using
right.
are you using
right.
if you're using a downloaded app, you don't need the browser.
Right.
Okay.
Perfect suggestion for downloading the preview app both on the iPhone and the iPad. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, we'll have to work with Stacy on that we've got from our side, and be able to see which version of iPad was it. Was it the iPad 2? Was it the original iPad or the other iPad? But we'll work with you, Stacy, that we've got from that on 3 that we have, or which version we have, and basically take a look into it in the version, or see what we have and take a look, because it needs to be able to work, because being able to go in through the app or through the web-based version, trying to make sure from the sales cycle that when you're going in there, that all of that works with the previews is critical, to make sure that works on the preview. So I agree with you, Stacy, 100%. Let's see here, a question that we've got here. Doug talked about actually downloading some of the apps and some of the stuff that you've got. Yeah, we can start listing also some of the apps. What Doug had suggested is actually downloading some of the physical apps that we've got versus trying to preview them. And in some cases, yes, you can download them. Like as an example, the movie theater apps that we posted up into the Facebook group are actually downloadable apps, and they weren't just preview links that we've got from our side. So in some of the cases, we can actually give individual links that we've got. And again, some of the reasons why the preview apps are preview apps is so that someone doesn't go in and actually go into the customer account and screw up that particular customer account, is one reason why some of those accounts are preview apps and aren't actually the live account for the individual end customers that they've got. So we can actually try to fire up some actually live applications, and that's a good point, Doug, that we can maybe give some live links that you can actually go download the actual applications themselves that you've got versus the previews. Good point. Really good point.
Ted, to that point, and thank you for the theater app. And I noticed, again, to that concern, that can be downloaded directly. I noticed in the Facebook group it had the link to iTunes. By chance, is there a link to the Android marketplace, on that particular theater? Just in case
no.
Some of our brokers have Androids.
I don't know. It could be probably searched. You can probably take the name of that specific company or the name of that app, and then you can probably go and take that name of that app that you've got and basically take it and type it into the Android market that you've got, and it's probably submitted there also. Because I know that basically Tony basically just gave us probably that link. It was basically submitted just to there, but I assume that it was done on both. But that's just, again, it's an assumption from my side.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, they could search the name in the Android marketplace. Thank you.
And then on Kevin, yeah, there's going to be actually some other videos because we're just finishing up. We're actually going to be working this weekend on on the individual video portal. So we're doing some more work on the video portal this weekend. So that's a good question, Kevin, from your side. Yeah, Richard, we can talk after the call, so I'll give you a call. Can we get a separate list of live apps? Yeah, Doug, I have to dig into those that we've got from our side and go through all the individual live listings that we've got, and then get listings of the live listings. And again, that's what we're going to need to basically expand upon on each one of these, and continue to keep feeding the website. And as you keep seeing the website change, just keep feeding content and keep making it stronger and stronger and stronger. That's why when you go to that we have like totalsocialmediasupport.com, I know that the team has been really loading a lot of content there to make the articles and the information in here again just more and more and more powerful, with more and more questions. So you look at all the different articles and all the different systems that are in here. You know, in Total Mobile Me, there's 136 articles that are in here. So you start looking at all the different articles and things that are in here. We're really trying to build up every single week more and more information, more and more articles that we have for people and content to go into. So I appreciate it. Yeah, Kevin, it is on the preview, the app, and then made for their website for the staff. Is there any other questions that we have that are coming through that we've got? Is there any other questions that anybody else might have concerning? Again, it's going to be a really exciting, busy day from our side that we've got. There's a lot we're working on, and a lot of really good things happening, and things that have been getting done, which again we've demonstrated today in the line, but a lot of other really good support people that are behind the scenes that are again that are making apps today, and people that have sold. So if you've got other meetings or other things that you need additional help on, or need other apps that need to be closed, please make those appointments and things to be done, because people are already starting to close apps. So okay, I'm not seeing any other additional questions. We're about 50 minutes past the hour that we have from our side. I actually have the other video from yesterday. I'll throw here in the screen that we have here is actually already uploaded. I just have to wait. Once the meeting is done here, I'll actually post the meeting from yesterday. It's actually already uploaded to the video channel. I just have to refresh it and then load the code up from yesterday, and then I'll load also the meeting from today up and post that up from today. And again, I'm not seeing any other additional questions, so I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting for today. I really appreciate everyone's time, effort, and energy for being on the webinar today. We're going to get busy on our side, finish up the things we need to do, and again, I hope everyone has a good weekend, and we'll talk to everyone very soon. Thanks again, everybody.
Thank you so much, Ted.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.